Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We're going to wait just another minute or so, let everyone click all the right buttons to get into our room tonight, and then we'll get started. So thanks again for being here. We'll get started here shortly. Okay, well, I think we will go ahead and get started. Again, good evening. Welcome to the Marin Virtual College Fair. We are excited that you're here. We have a great group of universities and speakers lined up for you this evening. So excited for you to learn more about these colleges that you're interested in. Just a few housekeeping announcements from me as we get started. First, your cameras and microphones are turned off, so don't worry, we can't see you or hear you. Hopefully you can see and hear us okay. If for some reason you can't or that changes, just send us a message using that Q&A button and we can help troubleshoot that with you. Speaking of the Q&A button, that is really your best way to engage our colleges and presenters this evening. So if you have questions throughout the session, feel free to fire away all session long. It doesn't just have to be while that particular college is presenting. You're welcome to ask questions all throughout the evening, and they'll be answering those behind the scenes. So you're welcome to ask college-specific questions, as well as general questions that anyone can chime in and answer. So feel free to start submitting those anytime, and we'll get those addressed during the session. Don't forget, this is just one of many different sessions being offered this evening and this week. So check back on that StriveScan website where you signed up, sign up for any additional sessions you might be interested in. And then we are recording all of these sessions and they will be posted on the same website where you signed up within about a week or so. So real quick, I wanted to show you what our schedule looks like for tonight. And so we are on the right side, session B10. And so this is our group of presenters. And so I'm going to turn it over to the University of Wyoming to kick things off.
So much. Thank you. Yes, I am from the University of Wyoming. My name is Haley Dungan, and I am both a graduate and a full-time resident of the state of Wyoming. I have never lived anywhere else, but there's a reason for that. It is a fantastic state. All right. So beautiful Laramie, Wyoming. It is located in the southeastern corner of the state of Wyoming. We are the only four-year institution in the entire state, so it makes it very easy for our students when they're looking at the state of Wyoming and where they want to attend, they can head right to us. It is a smaller institution, a little bit of a smaller school. Though we have a large campus and a comparative to the entire town, it makes up about a third of it. And then as far as our student population goes on the smaller scale, it's about 12,249 students. So what you can anticipate is that 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. As you can see, we do get snow. We are a campus that sees all four seasons. So if you're an individual that's into skiing, if you're into doing some snowshoeing, it's certainly an area for you. But our classes are taught by our professors. So one thing you can anticipate, though you have those small class sizes, you will still have a professor in the classroom because we're the only four-year institution in the entire state. As you can see, behind me is beautiful Vita View, Wyoming. It is ranked nationally now for mountain biking. Back in the day, I can remember when it wasn't really populated, but now, if you are an outdoor enthusiast, this is the area. We've got over 100 miles of biking trails, 2.9 acres of national forest to snowshoe in, to hike, and we're 30 minutes from a snow hill. So if you're interested in getting outside and going skiing and checking this out for a pretty low rate compared to our neighbors to the south in Colorado, you can absolutely try out skiing for the first time. And if you don't want to travel with your gear, we have an amazing outdoor recreation department that can rent that gear to you, which is awesome. We are known for being Division I in our athletics, and I believe right now in the Mountain West, we have the most active alumni who are in the NFL. I believe that's true. But Josh Allen is currently playing for the Buffaloes. So if you're familiar with football, you may know of him. If you're interested in getting into Greek life, you can absolutely do so here, though Laramie is known for being Little Laramie, Wyoming. At the University of Wyoming, you have every opportunity you have in any four-year institution at any big state. We are known for having a ton of areas of study as well. So if you're interested in double majoring, if you want to minor, you can really pick and choose what's applicable and interesting to you. I was a creative writing graduate. I also looked at the education department for a little bit. Teachers are a lot braver than I was. Now I work in admissions. So graduated with creative writing, but one thing that was excellent and just kind of a personal experience from this, we have a lot of artists that move out to this area because it's quiet, because it's off the beaten path and the views are not bad. That being said, as a creative writing major and a creative writing minor, English major, I had teachers that were runner-up for the National Book Award. We have a Nobel Prize winner that teaches in our School of Business. So there are a lot of awesome professors out here that are kind of hidden gems, essentially, because they want to get off the beaten path, so they come to Wyoming. But that being said, though they come to Wyoming to get off the beaten path, we encourage our students and students that attend to get out into the world to spread and see everything that they possibly can. We have the largest travel endowment in the entire United States. This is established by ex-Vice President Dick Cheney. He is an alumni of the University of Wyoming. So he established this within our travel and study abroad department. And so you as a University of Wyoming student have the opportunity to travel to over 400 different sites. You have paid research opportunities that you can gather from this. And essentially it's up to you where you would like to travel. If you would like to pay your out-of-state resident tuition, your in-state resident tuition, you'll have those opportunities. There's also scholarships available that'll pay for housing and things of that nature, but it's a really great opportunity. I highly encourage all students to take advantage of this. Admissions with the University of Wyoming is different this year as we do not ask for an SAT or an ACT. Instead, we would look for you to apply either on the common application or from our website. 3.0 unweighted high school GPA will be required for direct admissions, but with that high school transcript and the submission of those scores, you will be good to go. We look for you to confirm by May 1st. So you've got some time as you're looking at different institutions, but this year, don't worry about the ACT or the SAT. I present on scholarships with a bit of a caveat. The University of Wyoming in years past awarded our scholarships based off strictly your high school GPA and your SAT and ACT score. As we are not asking for that SAT and ACT score this year, there has been some adjustments that are being made. I've been told they're going to make that announcement this week, so you can absolutely get a hold of me. I encourage you as well to check out our University of Wyoming website for those publications. But as stated, you have up until May 1st with the University of Wyoming to commit and to get awarded any of those scholarship opportunities, so you do have some time. Visiting the University of Wyoming, we are an open campus at this time. If you're interested in coming on board, you want to check out Laramie, fly out here and do so. We also have virtual tours that are available, and you can check that out on the University of Wyoming website. This is my contact information. If you jot this down, take a screenshot. I like to see myself as a frontline representative. The University of Wyoming has an excellent team of representatives. We are individuals that like to give you an in-person experience. We do not believe in phone lines and email trees. We want to try to get you that answer as quickly as possible from a real face. And so if I can assist you in any way, from questions about Laramie, Wyoming, to questions about college, to maybe just someone to talk, because this time is crazy and I'm still working from my kitchen. So I would love to tell you anything I can to make you feel a little bit calmer. I'd be happy to do so. So thank you so much for attending this evening, and go Pokes.
Great, thank you, Haley. Okay, next up, we are going to go to the University of Missouri.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Tyler. And thank you, Haley. My name's Tommy Rogers. I am the admissions representative for the University of Missouri. And I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk to you a little bit about our campus, where we shine, what our students are doing, and a couple of changes for this year in our admissions process. So to start right off, University of Missouri is located in beautiful Columbia, Missouri. We are literally located right smack dab in the middle of the United States. Columbia is a college town. We've got about 125,000 people that reside there. And aside from your typical things to do in a city, restaurants, shops, festivals, etc., we have a lot of gorgeous hiking trails in and around Columbia, some beautiful national parks. And we're also a destination for a ton of different artists, performers, guest speakers. Even during COVID times, we have a ton of different things that are going on downtown, making sure that people are socially distancing while still getting that enthusiasm for our downtown area. Because we're D1 athletics, SEC East, a lot of school spirit too, both on and off campus in Columbia. It's a great place to live. Speaking of our university, we're a large school. We got about 30,000 students as our total population. Undergraduate students, though, you're looking at about 21,000. But even though we're a large school, we got a lot of resources to make sure that you get individualized attention. So average class size is just under 30 students, 18 to 1 student to faculty ratio. So for a large research school, pretty decent. Tigers all around the world, all around the United States. And we're also unique in which we are the land grant for the state of Missouri, in addition to AAU accredited. AAU stands for the Association of American Universities. Tier 1 research, so you better believe our students are doing a lot of really cool work both in and outside of the classroom. Before I start talking about our popular majors, we do have some updates on our campus. Number one, this year we are going test optional as a route for students. So you can traditionally apply with a test score, or if you go the test optional route, in lieu of sending us a test score, you are going to go ahead and supply us with a statement of purpose and a resume in addition with your high school transcript. So you'll be holistically evaluated, still directly admitted into your program, even if you're applying without a test score, still qualify for our wonderful scholarships, including our merit-based scholarships, one of which includes paying in-state tuition your freshman year for all 4 years too. And then you can also still be admitted to the Honors College as well. So we're really excited about that. Jumping into our majors though, we got a lot of programs, over 300. Most popular majors though, number one is going to be our journalism program, longest running program in the nation, consistently ranked number one. We have a lot of cool resources for our journalism students. Got an NBC station on campus, only school that has that. So freshman year, if you want to be working in front of the camera, behind the scenes, you can actually work in our NBC station and our affiliates right off the bat. Business is a close second, comes with a guaranteed internship that can be done anywhere around the world or in the United States. We're also unique in which we are one of 9 public universities that has a veterinary school, a law school, and a med school. So a lot of students coming for those pre-professional tracks and also staying on campus for those graduate and medical school programs. Engineering and nursing are also popular. But while we're doing a lot of cool work inside of the classroom, a majority of the uniqueness of our programs takes place outside of the classroom. We call it hands-on learning. We actually call it the Missouri Method. It was coined by our journalism school when it first started. So every single department is doing internships, research opportunities, really right off the bat, which is really unique. These pictures are really cool here. That NBC station that I talked about, that's actually also a classroom too, which is really, really unique. So a lot of our lead anchors actually serve as the professors. Over the weekend, it's entirely run by our students, which is quite exciting. Hospitals on campus too, so if you're pre-med or you're nursing, you can start working in those your freshman year. Research facilities on and off campus, engineering students doing some wonderful things for those research facilities. And what's really exciting too is that we got our job placement data earlier this year, and despite COVID going on across the board, we had a 92.7% job placement rating. So those are students that were fully employed, attending graduate school, or serving in the military. But predominantly those students were serving in full-time jobs, which was quite exciting. We've got some wonderful scholarships as well. Mizzou operates on rolling admissions. So what that means is you can apply literally whenever you'd like to do so. But we always tell our students to at least get your application in by December 1st. And the reason for that is that we have some wonderful departmental scholarships based on your major. And in order to qualify for those and the maximum amount of scholarships, you just have to have your application in by December 1st. But our automatic scholarships, those are merit-based. Those can be done year-round too. So for my seniors in the room, you apply, you get a specific scholarship. We can actually upgrade your scholarship even after you've graduated your senior year. So I know senioritis is a real thing, but definitely do the best that you can because a lot of times students finish strong and they actually get a scholarship, which is wonderful. If you don't qualify for any scholarships, that's not a problem. You can still pay in-state tuition starting your sophomore year by going through our residency process your freshman year. Missouri is one of the easiest states to get residency in. If you follow 5 easy steps, you become a Missouri resident and you shave off about $18,000 per year starting your sophomore year, which is exciting. To round out, we are open for business. Come in and see us for a Mizzou overview and a campus tour. Of course, due to COVID, we are selective and we are minimizing the amount of contact and the amount of people that we have on our campus, but we'll still get you there. If not, we're also virtual too. So if you want a Mizzou one-on-one overview, we do those for you, online campus tour, and then we're also starting to do opportunities for students to sit in on classes virtually too, which is really cool. The Honors College is doing a history of barbecue class, and you can actually sit in on that class and learn a little bit more about it too. So a lot of different ways for you to learn. If you have any questions at all, here is our contact information. You're more than welcome to reach out to us, and we will give you a hand in your decision. But thank you for taking the time to listen a little bit about the University of Missouri, and to continue the tradition of Black and Gold. I believe we have University of Iowa coming up next. So thank you, folks.
Perfect. Thanks, Tommy. And great introduction. We'll just turn it right over to Aaron.
On this before. So good evening, everyone. My name is Erin Monroe, and I am the California Regional with the I live down in Southern California, but get to work with students from all across this great state. So at the University of Iowa, we are located on the eastern side of the state in Iowa City. The nearest airport is just 20 minutes north of our campus, so it is very simple for students to get to once you get on that flight. It's always 20 minutes from the Cedar Rapids Airport. When you arrive on our campus, you'll notice that we have a classic college town atmosphere. So in the center of this photograph is our old Capitol building. It's the original capital of the state of Iowa before it moved to Des Moines in 1847. And that really became the center part of our campus. The majority of a student's undergraduate life is primarily located within a 5 to 10 minute walking distance of that building with the gold dome. Our campus is organized by a river, and you'll notice that it runs horizontally through this photograph. Above the river is where our west side of campus is located, and this is primarily home to the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, which is one of the largest teaching hospitals in the nation. At the University of Iowa, we have our graduate studies on the west side of campus, along with our athletic events as well. What's not pictured here is the college town that we are centered in. And this area is downtown Iowa City, and it's right across the street from our campus, where students can enjoy over 100 different restaurants, places to hang out with friends. There are fabulous opportunities for food, culture, festivals, and art, film, fashion, you name it. It's a very lively and exciting part of town for students to be with. There's everything that you could ever imagine being in downtown, so it's very easy and accessible for our students. When you get to the University of Iowa, we have about 32,000 students in total on our campus, a great mix of both students coming from in-state and out of state. On average, we admit students with about a 3.76 GPA and a mid-range ACT of about a 22 to a 29 and an SAT of an 1140 to a 1330. At Iowa, we offer over 200 areas of study, and some of our most popular majors for California students are going to be English and creative writing, as we are known as the Writing University. The University of Iowa and Iowa City is a UNESCO City of Literature, which there are only 8 of in the entire world, and Iowa City was the first one within the United States. This comes out of the rich history of the world famous and world-renowned Iowa Writers Workshop. Other popular programs are going to be our College of Engineering, the Tippie College of Business, any programs that are related to the health sciences, as we have one of the largest teaching hospitals in the nation for our students to engage with, volunteerism, internships, work study, all sorts of different things to really build up that professional development resume. We do offer direct admission programs into the Tippie College of Business, College of Education, College of Engineering, College of Nursing, and the College of Public Health. So let's learn a little bit about what that admissions process takes. At Iowa, we are test flexible for students applying for fall 2021. So you do not need an ACT or an SAT score to attend the University of Iowa for fall 2021. If you are applying without a test score, we ask for you to submit a personal statement and your high school transcript, and we would conduct a holistic review. We will utilize whatever admissions process best benefits the student. However, if you have an ACT or an SAT score, we're first going to look at your application using the RAI formula. This stands for Regents Admissions Index. It's what all 3 state public universities of the state of Iowa use for admission. It takes into account your GPA, your test score, either the ACT or the SAT, and the number of core classes that you'll have completed through the end of your senior year. With all of your information into that formula, if that adds up to be a 255, congratulations, you're admissible into the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Students can apply to Iowa via the Common App, the Coalition app, or we have our own institutional application on our website. And you hear a very timely admission decision of about 3 weeks after having submitted a complete application. We admit students on a rolling basis. Our deadline for admission is May 1. However, we encourage you to apply prior to March 1st so that you can automatically be considered for merit-based scholarships. These scholarships for California students can range from about $2,000 to $12,000 depending on the strength of GPA and or test score that you present within your application. We also have a California Access Award scholarship that is specific just to students who are coming from the state of California. Within your academic experience, we really value collaboration over competition. Our students work together as teams like they will work together in the workplace after their graduation. We have a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. 80% of the courses are going to be under 30 students by the time you graduate. Only 4% of your classes are lectures. We have over 500 different student organizations at Iowa, ranging from fraternity and sorority life, multicultural organizations, things that are based in your professional development and your academics, or just those pure fun interest-based activities. We have over 400 performances in the Division of Performing Arts, and that would not be possible with, yes, the majors in those art forms participating, but our non-majors as well. We're a Big 10 institution, so we're a school that's rich in pride, spirit, and tradition. We've been recognized as having one of the best traditions in college athletics, where after the first quarter of all of our home football games, the players, coaches, and all 70,000 fans waved to the building right across the street from Kinnick Stadium, which is the Stead Family Children's Hospital. It was built so those kiddos have a Hawkeye view right down into the center of the stadium and can be a part of the action. So if you're looking to learn more about the community in Iowa City and students at the University of Iowa, please feel free to contact me and I will pass this along to our next presenter. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Erin. Okay, trying to get my screen to share. Okay, next up, we're going to go to Vanderbilt University.
Okay, thanks so much. Let me get the screen sharing going. All right, very good. Well, thanks so much for joining us tonight. My name is Jan Suter, and I am one of about 23 admissions officers in the undergraduate office of admissions at Vanderbilt University. And I do work with students in the San Francisco area, so San Francisco and Marin County, as well as San Mateo County also. Our campus is currently closed to visitors, but we are certainly missing seeing all of you on campus, and I'm really missing the opportunity to travel and meet you where you are. Vanderbilt is located in Nashville, Tennessee. Tennessee is located, it's a long, skinny state, and it actually borders more states than any other state in the Union. So we are landlocked, which is really my only complaint about Tennessee or Nashville. But in a really, really beautiful part of Middle Tennessee. So our campus is considered to be a mid-size university. We have 6,900 undergraduates. We have another 6,000 graduate students and then a medical center, all on one beautiful 330-acre, very lush campus. And you see a photograph of it right here. So 330 connected acres. We like to joke and say that our squirrel to student ratio is actually 3-to-1. Which is an adorable way of talking about how lush and beautiful it is. So you have the benefits of a focused undergraduate education, a mid-sized university, also with the resources of a number of our graduate programs, but you are certainly not, as an undergraduate student, competing with our with graduate students for time with faculty or for classes. We do have all 4 seasons. We certainly have 8 to 9 months of spring or summer and a little bit of winter. But really, springtime is the most beautiful time at Vanderbilt. I hope you all get an opportunity to visit one day. Moving along to the next slide, you will see that we have students from everywhere. As of last year, we actually did have students from both North and South Dakota. We lost one student this year, graduated, and we have not replaced him or her. But this map really is the story behind the map. Students come to us from around the country, around the world. 11% of our population is international. The story behind that is Vanderbilt's a different place from the school it was 10 or 15 years ago. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, supporting students and who they are, meeting them where they are, providing them incredible opportunities, helping you become a problem solver and a critical thinker, engaging in and out of the classroom learning. We are very, very intentional about admitting students to Vanderbilt from the depth and breadth of high schools and backgrounds and areas of interest, academic interests, politics, religious or spiritual interests, from a wide variety of student activities. It really is about your coming to Vanderbilt and making it a better place. So it is about engagement in and out of the classroom, living and learning from a wide variety of students. College should also get you a little bit outside of your comfort zone, and that is the part of challenging one another in the way that we think. So culturally, Vanderbilt really is a place that embraces this idea that everybody has something to give. And one of the things that I look for in the application process is the ways that you've made your high schools better, and imagining you in and out of the classroom at Vanderbilt doing the same thing. Academically, there are 3 things to remember about Vanderbilt. That is, we are a liberal arts university, academic flexibility, and learning is not just what's your major. You're in the liberal arts curriculum right now because you're taking English, math, science. That's really the heart and soul of Vanderbilt academically. We offer a lot of flexibility so that 30% of our students double major, more than 50% have a major and a minor. You will have 2 full years to land on a major. Probably won't take you 2 years because you'll have all of the support and the mentoring that you could possibly want. But liberal arts learning means that engineers are taking courses that are not engineering, and music students are taking courses that are not music, and French majors are taking courses that are not French. Also, with regard to learning, we define learning well beyond what is your major, or are you picking up a minor. Learning is also pursuing research and internships and study abroad. It's hanging out and having those great conversations with other students. It's having dinner with faculty, because our faculty do live with our students. We have a residential college model. It's sampling Nashville hot chicken, which is another important thing that you'll do. In a typical year, and of course this is an atypical year, 95% of our students will live on campus all 4 years. Vanderbilt has created residential colleges, which means students living together, faculty living with their students. Again, it's that support and engagement that comes from faculty to student to student, and student to faculty as well. Our students tell me that they come from competitive backgrounds. That's not the environment that they've created, which is one much more of collaboration and cooperation and community on our campus. And finally, my last slide is this is an overview of the city of Nashville. So if you're looking for a beautiful traditional green campus, we have 6,900 undergraduate students, so a nice size with an incredible array of opportunities that is located in a wonderful city. You've really got that. Nashville's profile has changed. It's become a more diverse and interesting city with people bringing their creativity. Students will connect with food and fun and music. We are Music City. Some students will stick around for graduate school as well as getting jobs in Nashville. So that is my last slide, and I hope that you have the opportunity to continue to learn about us and check us out online. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Jan. Okay, next up, we are going to the George Washington University.
Great, thanks, Tyler. Hi, everybody. My name is Andrea Frangi, and I'm the Regional Director of Admission for the George Washington University. Here you can see GW students in the wild in our nation's capital, conveniently all dressed in red, white, and blue. Look at us. GW, quick facts, just want to give you a little bit of an overview. We are a private mid-sized research university. So GW is a private school located in the heart of Washington, D.C., and we are a mid-sized school. What that means for you from an in-class experience is that your average class size is going to be 29. I think more importantly, it's good to know what the largest classes are. And at GW, our largest class tends to be our Econ 101 course, which taps out at about 160 students. We have 2 lecture halls on campus that we host classes in. They tend to be around the 140 to 160 student rate, but a full 50% of our undergraduate classes have under 20 students in them. So as a mid-sized school, we really pride ourselves on the fact that many of your classes are going to be smaller. You're going to have the opportunity to engage with students from all over the country and really all over the world in debate, discussion, argument, conversation. Hopefully a chance to challenge each other, hopefully a chance to learn from each other as well. As I mentioned, GW is in the heart of Washington, D.C. Our main campus is in the Foggy Bottom neighborhood. We've got a metro stop located on our campus, which is great. It is called the Foggy Bottom Metro Stop. So if you are like me and public transportation is not your forte, just get off the metro at Foggy Bottom and you'll be home. And when I say home, the campus truly is most of our students' home. We require that our undergraduate students live on campus through their junior year. So you're not going to be moving across the country and having to look for an apartment or a place to live. You're going to come to a community that is very residential, where students are living on campus, enjoying each other, getting to know each other, and experiencing the campus and the city as citizens. The Foggy Bottom campus is the heart of the GW experience. It's where most of our students live. It's where the majority of classes take place, and it's where like our administrative buildings are, and where our D1 basketball team's court is as well. You can see real quick ride to the National Mall as well. GW students, the only ones in the country whose graduation ceremony is on our National Mall. A number of years ago, the Mount Vernon Women's College closed and GW purchased the 25-acre property. The Vern is about 3 miles away from our Foggy Bottom campus, and about a third of our first-year students reside on the Mount Vernon campus. It's in a more residential part of Washington, D.C., so a little tucked away from that hustle and bustle of downtown. The Mount Vernon campus is stunning. It is very much that quintessential East Coast liberal arts vibe. Brick buildings, white trim, a family of deer that wanders through. And I think a really great fit for a student who loves the idea of being in the city by day, but wants to have a bit of a smaller residential community by night. If you're somebody who is excited about GW because of our location in the heart of Washington, D.C., Foggy Bottom might be the better fit for you from a residential perspective, but know that you will be taking classes on both campuses, although the majority of courses are on Foggy Bottom. On this slide of tiny font, you will find the over 70 majors that GW has to offer. The reason that I like to show this slide is because I think it's important for you to know that when you're applying to GW, you will need to indicate which school or college you'd like to be considered for. So if you're somebody who's thinking about majoring in political science, always a popular option. If you're thinking about pre-med as an advising track, if you're thinking about one of the sciences or a culture and language studies program, the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences is going to be for you. It's the largest school at GW. It also is a great place to be if you are undecided, as we've got amazing advisors who will walk with you through the discernment process. Corcoran School of the Art and Design is where you'll find the visual and performing arts. School of Media and Public Affairs is where you'll find journalism and political communication. Political communication, a great option for somebody who wants to be on the campaign trail or has aspirations to be in politics. Our Elliott School of International Affairs, also a really popular option with our location across the street from the State Department. About 16 different areas of concentration within our international affairs major. The Milken Institute School of Public Health, you'll find exercise science, nutrition science, and public health, which I think is going to become a much more popular option as we are all living through a global pandemic. School of Engineering and Applied Science, really strong STEM fields at GW. We've really invested in those majors over the last couple of years. So if you're somebody who's thinking about STEM, I know those of us on the West Coast often think Seattle or Silicon Valley. The greater DMV or area around the district is really popular for .com companies as well. Amazon is opening their headquarters 2.0 there. So lots of opportunities for folks who are interested in engineering and computer science. And then with our School of Business, you'll see 6 majors listed here, as well as a number of areas of concentration within the business major, including real estate, sport management, and hospitality management. Often students are afraid that when they come to GW and they announce which school they'd like to be in, that they're making a commitment for the next 4 years. It's not true. We recognize that the path that you declare on your application isn't necessarily the one that you are going to pursue for the rest of your time at GW, and that's fine. There are absolutely pathways for you to double major and opportunities for you to switch across schools as well. Center for Career Services, you're going to find about 15,000 internship and part-time job opportunities for students there. 70% of our undergraduate students will be pursuing an internship before they graduate. And our admissions process, pretty straightforward, common application. We offer early decision, regular decision as well. And we are test optional for both admission and merit scholarship consideration. Contact information on this slide. Feel free to screenshot that. And thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, and last but not least, we will go to the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign.
Hi, everyone. My name is Scott Telehunt. I'm actually the regional representative in New Jersey. I'm filling in for my California um, brother today. So I will give you his contact information at the end as well. So here at the University of Illinois, we are a renowned and historic institution that dates back to the 1867. We were one of the 37 public institutions established as a land grant act by Abraham Lincoln. And that was with the purpose of fostering higher education for the working class. But we were also founded with a focus on the future and have been creating new and better solutions to large scale problems ever since. So our Illinois accomplishments are global and have shaped the way we live in a variety of ways and areas. So things like Nobel and Pulitzer Prize winners to the world's first graphical web browser, Mosaic, which was created by an Illinois alum in 1993. And some other things that you may be more familiar with that were created by Illinois alum would be YouTube, PayPal, Yelp, LEDs, transistors, MRI machines, and so much more. So it is no secret that we're a large institution. We have over 34,000 undergraduate students, or around 34,000 undergraduate students, and about 50,000 when you include graduate students as well. However, you're going to still find that you can still receive direct access to your professors who will give you support and opportunities to succeed. We do have a student to faculty ratio about 18:1, with 80% of your classes having less than 50 students enrolled. And our professors are award-winning and contribute to groundbreaking ideas in their fields, but they all will also have open office hours that you can attend to speak about anything in regards to class or research, anything like that. So in terms of where we are located here, we are about 2.5 hours from Chicago, St. Louis, and Indianapolis, which gives you access to 3 major metropolitan areas within a reasonable drive. And we do have an airport about 10 minutes from campus, the Willard Airport, where you can fly directly in from Chicago, Charlotte, or Dallas. But a lot of students will actually choose to fly into one of the 2 Chicago airports and take the quick bus trip down to Champaign as well. We are consistently named the top college town in America as well because of our status as what we like to call a micro-urban community. And this means we have all the amenities of a large city, such as a thriving arts and culture scene, various annual concerts and festivals throughout the year, a great food town as well. It was actually ranked the greatest Midwest food town by Midwest Living. But everything is still very accessible by bus, walking, or biking, so it still has that small city feel as well. I also wanted to point out that we have about 25% of our students coming from our undergraduates out-of-state students, and a large majority of those are actually coming from the California area as well. So whatever you choose to study here at the University of Illinois, you're going to find that your degree is highly respected, as we are currently ranked the number 15 public university overall in the United States. From our highly recognized programs such as engineering and business, which are ranked 6th and 19th in the country respectively, to our strong education program where 99% of our alumni are employed or continuing their education within 6 months of graduation. Or you can explore things like our School of Information Sciences, which is our newest undergraduate college. They just started last year as an undergraduate program, but we're actually ranked the #1 grad program in information sciences before that. Something else to keep in mind is most of our programs are also direct admit, meaning that you're going to apply and be enrolled into a specific major that you apply to. The one exception to this would be the Gies School of Business, where you would apply as business unassigned for all of their majors on campus and then explore all the different majors that they have in the Gies School of Business and pick that after your sophomore year. Again, we have over 150 majors across these 11 academic colleges, which will really allow you to have an expansive and diverse collection of majors and get a very specialized educational experience by choosing the major that fits for you. This website down here is our Program Explorer. It's something I really encourage you guys to check out, and you can look at all of our 150 majors in depth there. So we are also a Research One institution, considered among the nation's top research powerhouses, fueling new ideas, new companies, and even new industries, with undergraduates actually getting to serve a large part in this. Nearly 70% of our undergraduates are participating in some sort of research, whether that be projects on their own with peers or assisting others, professors, graduate students as well. And one of the great events that we actually have on campus each year is our undergraduate research symposium, which is held in late April. And you actually get to present your research projects that you've worked on throughout the year to your peers and to faculty members alike. And our research spans all disciplines, not just for STEM-based majors. It can have an interdisciplinary focus and really allow you to focus on topics that you prefer. So you can start this as early as your freshman year, maybe a little bit more likely in your sophomore year, but you can always go to our undergraduate research office and find some opportunities that you may like based on your interest. Or again, you can reach out directly to a professor who may be an expert in the field that you're interested in. Something unique about the University of Illinois is that we are home to a research park. This is a leading technology hub that cultivates startups and accelerates corporate innovation. And Research Park actually has more than 120 different companies and growing on our campus. And these companies include over 50 startups and many different Fortune 500 companies, including companies like State Farm, Yahoo, Capital One, John Deere, Caterpillar, Motorola, and Procter & Gamble actually just joined this year. And these companies employ our undergraduate students across many different majors who will actually get to work on real world projects. So one example of this was a group of University of Illinois students actually helped create the State Farm mobile application for their smartphones, and that was developed in Research Park with the help of undergraduate students. Also within Research Park is our Enterprise Works, which is a 43,000 square foot startup incubator. And that serves as a facility and resource center for building entrepreneurs and has launched over 200 startup companies. Our business center also has an iVenture accelerator, and this program supports student entrepreneurs with knowledge, funding, and access to world-class resources and alumni. And our alumni base is over 470,000 active alumni. So a great way to make connections that way. If you are interested in studying abroad, we do have over 380 study abroad programs in over 60 different countries worldwide. And that can be things like academic research experiences. Some students have done things like study marine ecology in the Galapagos Islands. Some students have done internships at a cheese factory in Rome, but have gone to countries like Spain, Switzerland, Japan, Costa Rica, just to name a few. And again, you can do this within your major, take core classes you need for your major, general elective credits, but the study abroad office really makes a plan that's catered specifically to you to make sure you stay on track to graduate on time. So this is Kenny's information, but I wanted to go over a few things as well. We are going to be test optional this year as well. We are a holistic review process. So if you choose not to attend your test scores, that is fine. We don't require anything else for that. We are just going to review you based on, your grades and course rigor, your extracurricular activities, and your essay. And our essay is very specific to your major. Our essay prompt is going to say, explain your interest in the major that you selected and describe how you've recently explored or developed this interest inside or outside of the classroom. And you also may explain how this relates to your future career goals. So we really want you to kind of talk about a professional statement and go into detail about how you are interested in your major and how this relates to your future career goals. So here's Kenny's information. And if you want to contact us, you can always call and speak to an admissions counselor directly as well. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Scott. Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen one last time and just want to say to all of the students who joined us, thank you so much for taking the time to join us this evening. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about these universities that you are interested in. After you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. If you don't mind filling that out for us, we'd really appreciate it. We're still here right now, so if anyone has any last questions, feel free to throw those in Q&A and we're happy to answer those. Don't forget that this is just one of many different sessions being offered, so feel free to check that StrideScan website where you signed up and see if there are any other sessions that sound interesting to you, and then the recording will be available within about a week or so on that website as well. So again, thank you for being here. Have a great evening, and we will see you in the next session here in a couple minutes.